In this video, I'm going to show you how to declutter your MyMCPS classroom for your students a little bit so that there isn't so many options for students to click on where they can get confused about what they were supposed to be doing or what they were supposed to be completing. So if you look over here on the left side, anything that has this next to it is not visible to students. So the less that you have over here, almost the better. So students can't necessarily click on it and get confused about, oh, what was that quiz, even though maybe that wasn't a quiz they needed to do. So a lot of times another option for that is actually just making clickable links within your Canvas page that lead to those, because just because they're not visible on the side to students doesn't mean that they can't be used. So instead, kind of directing them through the pages or through the modules. So for instance, on the left, my students right now cannot see pages. That's not something they would be able to do. And you can always see and make sure that your links work by going over here and clicking Student View. This option might be at the bottom of your page instead. So I'm in Student View, so I can see my students would only be able to see home and modules. But if I go to my modules, there might be pages within it, right? So each one of these is a page. So even though my students can't see pages, they can still click on this. So this avoids students going to other places trying to find things that maybe aren't organized for them, right? And even in here, my students can still go to a discussion board, but things will lead them there as opposed to them being able to click and work kind of in a different order at their own pace. So in order to do this, you can pick what you want in there. But in order to do this, you're going to go ahead to Settings. And when I'm in Settings, there's these different headings over here. So I'm going to go to Navigation, and anything that is up here is what students can see. Keep in mind, you can't move. If you're using modules, you can't take it out of here. It needs to be in there. But let's say I want to move Zoom so that it's on the side there for students. Maybe you have a clickable link to it instead. However you want to do that, but I can move things around, and let's say if I want pages in there, if I want a Google Drive, if I want them to be able to see their grades for a reason, I can still provide ways for them to see these things without having them have to click on the side and kind of navigate it more so on their own. But then whatever I change around, I'm going to make sure that I click Save. And it will change on the left-hand side. And I encourage you to make sure you check out Student View to see if it works and see if there's any disconnects in the links and that it's all fine for students.